It's 2022 now, and we're quite blessed with the options when it comes to app development. We have React Native, which is a wonderful library for developing mobile apps. But then, mobile apps came a long way, and in this video, I'd like to just chat briefly about the evolution of mobile apps. It all started with the IBM phone. The IBM produced the first ever touchscreen smartphone ever, which was called the Simmons. It had your usual email, calendar, address book, a calculator. These were game changers at the time because it was 1993. Fast forward a few years later, IBM releases the first BlackBerry, and it shook the world because it was different in the way it works. It was mainly for wireless emails. We move forward to 2007. This is a moment which almost everyone knows about, when Apple released the first ever iPhone, which supported maps, photos, text, and the weather. So these were all apps that were supported by Apple. And then comes 2008, which is a year later. Apple launched the App Store with about 550 or 52 apps in there. At the same time, Google also launched the Android operating system and the Android market. It was the Android market at the time. And then HTC, the phone manufacturer, produced the first Linux-based Android smartphone for the Android market, which was pretty cool. We roll down to a year later and we see that now it's 2009. Apple exceeds over 1 billion in sales in terms of like downloads of apps within the Apple App Store. It was remarkable. And then a year later, things were starting to roll up quite quickly. BlackBerry, remember we mentioned that BlackBerry came about in about 2002 by RIM. Now BlackBerry released the App Store of their own, and then at the same time Apple roll out like the iPad with over 3,000 apps available, and the Android market as well managed to exceed that billion app downloads like Apple did the app previously. And then Samsung released its first tablet, and that tablet was running Android. It was almost the start of the Galaxy line that we know and love today. We're in 2011 now. The Word app was honored as 2010's Word of the Year. And then also Amazon released their own app store for the Android system. Apple released the iPad 2 and also the iPhone 4S, and the total number of mobile apps reached 1 million at the time. So at the same time, Android apps or the market got almost 10 billion or more than 10 billion downloads. Beautiful Widgets becomes the first paid Android app to reach 10 billion downloads. We roll down to 2012. Google changes the App Store to Google Play, and then Instagram crosses 50 million downloads, which is crazy. And then we also had an app called Draw Something, which also was downloaded 50 million times in just 50 days. So each day it had 1 million downloads on average. Crazy. Angry Birds gets more than 1 million a billion downloads as well. So at the time now, the Google Play Store downloads crossed 15 billion. Roll down to 2016, Google's Play Store and all its apps were included in the Chrome OS, and also Google introduced instant apps at the annual developer conference. We move down to 2019 now. Hawaii releases its own operating system called Harmony OS, and then the App Store witnessed a record app downloads of 204 billion, which is a lot. And TikTok at the time, we started to see the emergence of TikTok, and it managed to cross over $177 million during that year. And Disney became the second most popular app of 2019. And it also generated about $50 million in revenue. And then now we cross over to 2020, 2021, 22. We see that the app trends is going up, and we see that like over the next 3 years we see that app technology is going towards different sectors, and we've seen the emergence of blockchain, Internet of Things, voice apps, AI, wearable gadgets, and augmented reality. And it'd be nice to know that like the guys who are using React Native are actually still at the edge, because within all the sectors which I mentioned, all the technologies that I mentioned, React Native has presence there. So if you found this helpful or enjoyable in any way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to release more content on React Native and app development. Watch out for that.